Alright, let's see what the enemy's deck was. Blue Eyes, Wide Dragon. Let's go look at this one. Oops, wrong. I don't want to see their profile. Oh wait, that's wrong. That's the Blue Eyes. Oh, that's right. This is the SkyStriker player. And then this one was the actual exciting duel, because I thought I was actually going to lose. It was possible, actually possible, but not with my ritual. Not really. Oh, whatever. Let's go look at it. We're gonna start with this one first. Play replay. It would be great to get back to diamond. I should pretty much strive to do so as soon as possible. Okay, so my opposition played their Melody of the Awakening Dragon. And some Blue Eyes revealing cards and stuff. Okay, some Blue Eyes. Alternative. And they ended their turn. So me, I looked at it like, oh well, they're basically fucked. Going to Cyber Emergency into Alpha, activate Zeta, pitch Delta, use Zeta's effect to get my ritual, go ahead and get Delta's effect, draw one more card by revealing Draitron, Meteor and Draitron, they get another card. Trigger Alpha, get Benton to the hand, go into my team. Alright, summon in attack mode because I was going to go with Gamma, activate Gamma, we'll get Alpha to the field as well. Pitch Benton, so Benton activates from Graves. Alpha was resummoned using Gamma. Go to another Exceed play. Go ahead and summon Diviner of Hero. Pitch Arclight. Ritual summon for single summon for Geomathmic. Final Sigma! The Sigma Man. The final Sigma Man. My favorite Mathmech. The one I summon the most consistently, given the fact he's in like any deck that has ability to summon him. I've seen that like why not? Attack, and attack lifeline directly with Fafnir. Mubeta Thief. From my opposition, I the one to win second. Let's look at their deck again, in case you're not familiar with the Blue Eyes deck. There's a couple of other variants, like one has branded in it, yada yada yada. There's a bunch of different variants, but it's just Blue Eyes. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I normally don't see this ever. This I've never seen played. I don't think I've ever seen this played. This I think I have seen played. Yeah, Five Guy Dragon. I'm not sure if I've ever seen it played. Alright, let's play the one. This one I believe is SkyStriker Duels, which was lackluster only because I pulled cards. Like, why am I? Alright, so they go ahead and do some of the SkyStriker, Kigar, and they go ahead, reveal me. Not really a big deal. I draw my card. Go ahead and relinquish. Now, I've messed up on this one, personally. But that's also because I used Extra Gate when I really didn't need to. gets a SkyStriker deck. They usually don't use fusions or synchros or anything like that. But just in case, I'm not sure. It didn't really matter anyways because the DP wasn't there. Probably try to go into credit point Verde and the comment on it. Either way it goes, took their card, banished their cards. Went in and summoned this Foolish Burial. I believe one part of this was actually right there. I could have did something else. Whatever. Speed play. And this is where I was like, oh, I fucked up, but I can't really do anything about it because I already did. So let's go. Go into Alpha. Summon Alpha. Draw Ben 10. Activate Zeta. Hit Ben 10. This turns my fuck up from no actual. It just basically took me longer. That's all it really did. Going to Diviner. But this also shows the flexibility with Draitron. I have like 20 different Draitron decks, and then some of them I alter too often, so multiply 5 or whatever the number, it doesn't really matter. I've probably played that variant of Draitron. I have a Necro Draitron deck that's in Nexus. I forgot whether or not it was shit. I mean, it got some wins, like some days. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is so good. It's like, it is a job. I should make it in this deck. I mean, in this one. And then go attack. Attack for 9,000. So many Draitron decks. Alright, no problem. Cool. So then there's this one. This one went longer and it was actually more difficult. I actually thought there was a possibility of me losing. I banished a card that I didn't want to banish, and I'm like, oh shit. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because my opponent didn't really do anything. So they're like, oh, well, as long as I got a card, as long as I can summon a Draitron from the grave, I should relatively be fine. I used Ash Blossom too soon. Like, oh, I negated that. Yeah, there was no real reason to negate that. Anywho, also scenario, just not paying attention to what's going on my computer. Lightning Storm was negated, basically. Going to Draitron Nova. I basically use Lightning Storm as my bait. Because I don't like. It's like, oh, we're going to negate it. They took my Delta, so I was like, oh, well, that sucks. Yeah, it did. Oh well. Going to the phase I was going to do anyways, because for me, since I already had 2 of my Draitrons in my hand already, and one on the field, it made sense to reveal the beta as well, namely because I wanted the option for Zeta, Alpha, or Delta. So I figured if you take Delta, given the fact I wanted that, kind of screws me over, but not really. It just keeps me from drawing a freaking card. I need draw power and garbage. It's not really a need, it's more of a, if I had it, that'd be cool. But I'm not putting things like max speed in my deck. make Final Sigma, and then go ahead to bring the pain. Imagination Dragon Lord. Dragon Overlord. And all that jazz. Summon. Ooh, that's a big monster. Now technically I should have used Fafnir and attacked the weaker monster and then cleared it up with Alpha instead of attacking the stronger monster, but it's like, what are they gonna do? Attack my life points directly? Like, they can't do anything next turn other than activate effects. Like, his monster's in defense mode. He has to skip the main phase, he can't just put his monster in attack mode. They have main phase too. They go into their, do some, what the hell it's called? Whatever the hell plays. They keep summoning and summoning. It's like, I'm just gonna kill all your summons. Go ahead and summon Draitron, you killing this Draconian. My boy! It would be nice if they made a new Draitron card, but the word there would be nice. Like, we have a field spell fusion that nobody fucking uses. I have it in some decks on Nexus, but I don't have it in any deck in this game because it's too wonky. It kind of like breaks my. It's like it does little to no trick. And then this is where I fuck up. Like, I could have used Access Code Talker to attack, and instead I activated his banish effect again and banished it, which is stupid. But like, well, like, the duel would have been over entirely. Would have been over sooner. And the opposition goes and something, and I'm like, no! But I blew up the card. Yeah, I'm not playing that. So Draconid's effect only actually works during the opposition's turn, which to me kind of sucks. But it can't be super duper overpowered. It can't, you know, if it was able to fire off on my turn as well, then you know how many Draitron monsters people will just feed it. Like, oh no, you destroyed turn, and then like, at least they got rid of the ritual monster that was obviously causing them actual maximum pain. By the way, goes, let's look at their deck again. If you want to see my deck, sure, I guess, might as well show it. I barely ever. Alright, so now you can also see what all royal cards, royal foils I have in my deck, which for this one I don't have many because this deck wasn't focused on like throwing in a bunch of royals just because they're in there. Like double-edged sword's not in there because it doesn't really make sense. the 3 Sword cards, aka Iris, and then, but there wasn't really no point in me putting it in there. The reasoning why I have 2 Charmers is because there's occasional times where I'll have Thousand Eye Restrict or Anima on the field, and it's perfect to go into. And then obviously your opposition might have a dark or light monster in the grave, so it's like, oh, I could probably summon their card. And if I am able to summon it without having to use one of my monsters, then I can go into Celine, the Master Magicians, Queen of the Master Magicians, whatever. Either way it goes, and then in that, like if Thousand Eye Restrict was on the field, that means I use a spell card because I only have one way to summon them. Chances are I probably use a couple other spells, hopefully, and then I can resummon Thousand Eye Restrict or Anima or one of these 2, which I don't think. I mean, I've never summoned these 2. I summoned like I think Restrict before, and I think Anima off her effect. I forgot if it was Anima. I know it was Restrict because those are my spellcasters. I don't have any spellcasters in this deck except for this, but I don't really use Duel Lockbird. It's kind of just there as a fodder tool. Like if Jack in the Hand goes off, but for whatever reason I don't have Draitrons in my deck because they're in my grave and they're in my hand. Given the fact I have 2 of these, I might as well get a Duel Lockbird as a choice, as an option. So if the enemy grabs that, I can grab one of my Draitrons. If they grab a Draitron, I'll probably not grab Duel Lockbird because there's no real reason for me to use it. There was another card in here that was level 1, but we're not going to bring it up or mention it because it doesn't work with the way I play this deck. Like, due to like in other Draitron decks, I tend to use Union Carrier. For this one, I don't. Like, it's there, it's obviously there, but if I'm going to link summon, I'm probably going to go into these 2, and then meaning I'm probably going to go into Celine, which means I'm probably going to go into Access Code Talker. The problem here is if I'm using an attack position monster with these 2 to go into Celine, that's when my problem begins because they have literally the same attack, which means I'm losing attack power. So, and then I have Queen of the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World in here as a snatch my opposition's card kind of thing. Like, oh, my opposition got a card, I got like 4. Let me take their powerful monster that's clearly a pain in the ass off their hands. And then we have Access Code Talker because why not? Access Code Talker goes great with Celine, which goes great with these guys. So these are all in there together for a reason. These just go great with my Draitron decks in general. I usually don't use Access Code Talker basically at all, but anytime I want to use the Charmers, I might as well put these 2 in here. So if I'm using one of these, I might as well use both of these. Goddess of the Closed World is, if I can, any deck that can summon or have, actually sustainably have, or majority of the time I have multiple monsters on the field, like 4 monsters. This is a Draitron deck. It tends to have 4 monsters on the field. It's not too hard to get 4 monsters on the field. This is also why I actually play both of these. Most people, for whatever reason, don't play Quadrantris, or they won't play Draconids. I play both because that's just how I play Draitron. I literally play both. There's no reason for at least to me, for me to not play both of them. I also limit this to 6 ritual monsters because I also didn't want to go too far past 40. It's bad enough it's at 44, but I also put like all my lightning storms in here because I got tired of, hey, I play my, and then like you draw your card. Like I could get another Raigeki, but I don't feel like building another Raigeki. As you can see, I only have 5 points, so building another Raigeki is out of the question. Whereas 3 lightning storms, if I open with 1, that's good enough. I usually would play 2 triple tactical talents. If I had 3 of these boys, I would definitely probably actually have 3 of them things in there. Dark Ruler No More, I usually play as well as 2, but I took 1 of these out and then 1 triple tack because it's space consuming. Like if I took these two out, and then I would replace it with one triple attack or one dark wheeler, but it was one of those, and we'll just go with it. Plus, if this gets negated, it doesn't hurt me. This doesn't really get negated. It's more like this is just negates my position in the field. But the problem with this is then I can't attack their life ones directly at all. So, having two of these, pain in the ass. One of these, if I pull it and can use it, cool. Other than that, I could probably discard it or whatever. Draitron Nova, most people use these at 3. Same goes with Cyber Mercy, but so I don't go towards closer to 50, I also keep both of these at 2. I prefer to keep all my cards at 2 if I can help it. Like I would take these 3 out instead of having triple copies. Take one each out and take one Divine or Herald out, and then that would drop me down to 44 cards. But the problem then becomes my ratio. So let's do that. Then my ratio is more spells